It's so great to see more women in venture capital, and I'm so excited about your fund. It's fabulous, a women's venture capital fund. I mean, you just put it right out there.
We did, didn't we?
No bars hold it. Fantastic. I was so thrilled to see it.
Thank
so
you.
tell me what motivated you guys to actually put it together and call it that name. It's like so in your face. I love it.
Well, we weren't trying to be in your face with it, but and we didn't name it for ourselves as the general partners, and we certainly didn't name it for any of the investors or any of the people who might like to be around women entrepreneurs. We named it so that the women who were entrepreneurs and were founding companies really would it would resonate with them.
Well, it certainly resonated with me. That's exactly the reaction you got.
And that's primarily what we wanted to do.
Fabulous.
If you look at the statistics that have been published for years and years, there is just a paucity of venture capital that gets invested in companies where even one woman is part of a management team, much less co-founding it.
Yes.
And yet, if you look at the other side of the ledger, you have women who make up more than 51% of the math undergrads, a third, if not more, of the engineering undergrads, as well as the graduate students coming out of all the good universities, the middle universities, whatever university you went to, women make up critical mass.
Right.
And they are part of those teams that are creating new technologies or repositioning technologies.
Yes.
They have great ideas. Their teams have great ideas.
Yes.
So while we are called the Women's Venture Capital Fund, we really want to be sure that we're investing in gender diverse teams and in diverse teams. The world is diverse.
Of course.
And we want to reflect that in our investing criteria.
Great, great. And I see that you've invested in one company.
Yes.
Congratulations. And it was a women-led company that I was really thrilled about that and spread it on social media. And how are you finding, are there many women coming to you with female-led startups? Or?
Well, I think as one of my partners puts it, we have an embarrassment of riches on that side. There are any number of just terrific companies with women involved, and they don't have to be the CEO, they don't have to even be a founder of it, but they are involved in managing companies and in growing companies, and they need capital. And let's face it, capital is hard to access for anybody in any business these days. And women seem to resonate. The fund and the fund name seems to resonate with them. So we see a lot.
I would imagine it's sort of like a honeypot. As soon as I see that name, I would immediately encourage other female startups to actually go towards you. So I would imagine you wouldn't have to even do much marketing.
There are a number of great people and organizations that mentor women's groups. I think you are part of Women 2.0, and certainly Astia and Springboard are two other very well-known names that mentor them. And so I think you've got some critical mass on that side, but you don't have too much critical mass on the capital side. And we wanted to bring critical mass on that side.
Now, I'm very supportive of women venture capitalists because, as you know, and I knew the research that so many more women are invested in when there's more women in venture capital. And I've often asked women venture capitalists, what it's like to be a women venture capitalist, and what are the challenges and what are the problems and how can women do that. How do you see your firm encouraging more women to get on board in the firm itself? Have you got any plans about that?
Inside our firm?
Yes.
I think long range, we have generally talked about it, but kind of a new fund ourselves.
Yes.
Only made our very first investment.
Okay.
So I think that
not scaling just yet.
Well, we don't have our worldwide domination plan for the world to know about. I think just like any young company,
right.
We need to focus on what it is that we went into business to do. And,
yes.
and right now, the best thing that we can do is help our first investment and subsequent investments be as successful as they possibly can.
Fabulous. So you're going to build that foundation so it's nice and strong and then scale.
Yes, yes.
That's
definitely.
great. That's great. Would you have any tips for women that might be interested in getting into venture capital? Because again, it's such a it seems to be a bit of a cloudy subject. Many women venture capitalists have said to me they don't even know how they ended up falling into the career, you know. And I mean, the industry itself is a little bit of a cottage industry, so there's no rules about how you can actually graduate yourself into the role.
I think it is similar to the same question to how do you start a startup?
Okay.
There aren't any rules for that either.
Exactly.
You get a great idea, and you feel like there's critical mass, and you want to go out after it and do it.
Yes.
And those people who are, I think, if you look at the people who are involved in venture capital today, men or women,
yes.
look at how they all started. So
okay.
I started as a banker. I was a commercial banker. I banked the venture capital industry. I banked all of the early stage companies. I banked anybody who was around them. Other people got into the industry because they were with successful startups,
yes.
and they came out of those startups, and they had some financial background. And you have to have a little bit, not a lot, or you have technical background. And there happened to be, and then it's all about relationships. Everything is about relationships at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Do you have those skills that you bring to the table that particular venture firm needed at that particular point in time? You know, where all the stars in alignment kind of thing.
Yes, yeah.
So how does any, I think, professional end up to be in the profession that they really want to be in, and doing what it is that they love to do best?
Okay.
And I think that's how most venture capitalists end up doing this.
So maybe, here's an idea of mine, maybe just promoting the fun and interest and passion that women venture capitalists experience, which is what I've heard from most of you that I've interviewed. Promoting that might also encourage women to just find their own path into it. What do you think?
It certainly might.
That's fabulous. Look, thank you so much. I wish you all the best for your firm. I'm totally behind you. Anything I can do for you, I really want to do that.
Thank you very much. We can use all the help we get. It's a team play.
It is. I think Vivek Wadhwa said to me, you know, women have to help each other up here in the Valley. I think actually that's the truth anywhere. But
yeah,
I totally support that idea. I think if you help another woman, then you know it'll come back to you in some other way.
Absolutely, yeah. It will. What did somebody say? I think it takes a village.
Exactly.
No matter where you are.
Yes.
We're all part of a community, large and small, so we all need to help each other.
And I think that's what I see in women, that we do have that wonderful strength of when we see other women needing support, we usually rush in and help. So.
Absolutely.
All the best. Thanks